Pavuk, One Step to Web for Database Applications. Task number 1. Building a database application with a web user interface in 5 minutes. In this video, we will very briefly examine the Pavuk Integrated Development Framework. In future videos, we'll explore the whole of the system in detail. Here on my desktop, I've brought up the Google Chrome browser and I've navigated to the home page of the Pavuk Development Server. The development server is running the CentOS Linux operating system and is hosted by Linode in their Dallas, Texas data center. We begin by simply logging in. Upon login, Pavuk will bring us to the main menu form. And the form is an SPA, single page application, and it's divided into a number of regions. The North region contains header information. Here we have our friendly Pavuk logo and some information about the user and session. The South region contains real-time messages from the environment back to the user. The sync area displays the status of synchronization between the user interface and the back-end system. The query area displays information regarding searches in remote autocompletes and in reports. System errors, system warnings, and system notifications alert the user to important information regarding their application. The East or Command region displays the command buttons. Command buttons are made available based upon the present context. The command region was placed on the right side of the form to facilitate the use of tablets, due to the fact that most of the population is right-handed and hold devices with their left hand. The center region is tabbed with one or many tabs. It's divided into two main columns. In the case of the main menu, we have a menu form with selections being made using Go buttons. Go buttons are used for interface consistency, are more easily accommodated by users over 40, and are very helpful when using touch-enabled devices. On our skeleton main menu, we have 3 applications that are needed by developers to build their Pavuk application. The table definition application is where new tables are added to the master table of tables. The table schemas are where fields or columns are defined inside a table and modified. And the form designer. The form designer enables the developer to create or modify the application forms. Let's begin. We're going to now make a fully working application. And for this example, we'll create a home inventory system so we can keep track of everything we own. The first step is to define our table in the table of tables. So we go to the table definitions and we'll call the table Introductory. It's a new record. We'll give it a nice friendly table name. We need to set its hierarchical level to be apparent, and we'll set the keying to be right justified in 6. We now need to define what type of table that we're creating. We have available to us QM, which is a native table type, QMNet, which is a network-enabled QM environment, Universe Virtual File System, MySQL, or Oracle. For this exercise, we'll create the QM table. We'll save this record, and now it has been loaded into the environment. Now we need to add some fields to our table, and we do that with the table schemas. So I'll go in and type in u.inventory and pull up my home inventory. And when we saved the definition, the system created for us a default schema. It has one column or one field in it that is a text object, and it has the description of description. So we'll stay with that. Now let's add some other fields. For field 2, I'm going to choose a date object and put the purchase date. And let's add another field, and we'll pick the object of dollars, and we'll call that the purchase price. And that's enough for now. So I'm now going to save the schema. Pavuk is now creating all of the links and creating our prototype form. So when we leave the schemas, we can see that My Home Inventory is now a new application on our main menu form. So let's go there and see what we have. We have the form with description, purchase date, and purchase price, as well as one leftover field from testing. I'm going to go ahead and create a record. I'm going to go and inventory Coco, my cat. So we'll put in Coco and 7/1/2005, and he was $25 as a pound kitty, and we'll save Coco. So his record's been saved, and I want to put in my kawaii piano, and that was 12/11/1970. Yeah, 1970, and it was $5,000. And I can continue on adding records to my inventory table. We have an empty form now. We can click the search command and it will show us those records inside of our table. Now, if we come back to the form, hit exit, it might be good to have at least one required field. So let's go back to the schema and make description required, shall we? We go back to schemas. I'll pull up the inventory. And to make the description required, I'm going to simply go and tick the required box. Well, let's add another form field to our system. I'm going to click on field. And for field 4, I'm going to make a file upload. And we'll call it photo. So now I'll save the schema again. And Pavuk is handling all of the back-end links and setting up our form. And when we go to My Home Inventory, we now see that description is a required field, and that's forced throughout the database. And we have the ability to drop a file into the system. So I'm going to go back and search for my wonderful cat Coco, and I'm going to go and add his picture just by dropping and dragging it here, and now I can save his record. So there you have it. We've created a home inventory application, a very simple application, and we've done it in under 5 minutes. But Pavuk is so much more. By use of the magic button, located here in the command panel, I'm going to switch the environment over to a healthcare application. This is a full enterprise application written using Pavuk in versions 1.6 through 3.0 and still fully functional here in Pavuk version 4.0. This application consists of hundreds of tables interlocked with API programs and is a fully functioning healthcare system. Here's its simple demographics form. And we can go to some very high density forms such as this ophthalmic chart with several hundreds of fields. And all are working using the same core environment. So you can build simple applications or very complex systems using Pavuk. Thanks for watching.